We're going live. We're
He
going.
is now streaming live on Facebook.
Let's check and see what's going on.
I don't see it. Do you see it? Oh, you are frozen.
Yeah, you can hear me. It must be on
Yeah,
now.
you froze for a minute,
Yeah.
but I don't see it on Facebook.
I'll give it a second to.
Oh, because there is that lag, right?
Yeah,
Okay, what I'm going to do is refresh.
there it is.
Oh,
Going live. We're going.
he is now.
Okay. You're there.
Mhm. In fact, I hear the lag, so I'm going to turn it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
How is everyone? We have lots to share as you watch us get this together.
Seriously.
Yay. Hi. Wait, that's the notification. So technology is something else, isn't it?
Okay, so if there are any questions, how do we see the questions?
Oh, I'm gonna go through it and see. All right. So on your phone, I tapped on the video, and then the uh, thing pops up.
So you're going to take care of this, right?
I'm doing it now. Okay. So now I can see. I can see.
Okay, good. So
Oh,
why don't we go ahead and get started?
yeah. So, hey guys, welcome. Well, this is bookworminvestmentclub.com. You guys are watching Dr. Marcia and Nakia. Most of us know me as Beauty Cutright, but we're here for Bookworm. We're talking about Bookworm. And yes, we wanted to share with you guys for year 2021 what we've been up to the past couple of years building Bookworm and how we're actually going to help hundreds of women this year by
Mhm.
learning to invest in the stock market. I know some of us are already dibbling and dabbling in it, but we're not sure in what direction we want to continue. And to be honest, it's not a lot of women out there actually talking about building wealth or making money or having a stock portfolio, like Marcia tells me all the time, to pay your bills. I mean, to live off of. You can
Mhm.
do more than just retirement. You can actually live off of your investments. So I guess I'm going to who introduces who first, or do I introduce you, or do you
You
introduce me?
introduce me.
So I'm going to introduce you guys to Dr. Marcia Dawson. She is she's more of my coach in investing. And I am her assistant to marketing. Well, she's like, don't say it that
No,
way.
you're not an assistant. You are the team member of Bookworm Investment Club.
Yes. So she teaches us how to make money investing in the stock market. And this year, our biggest focus is going to be dividend growth stocks. She's been talking a lot about it on her YouTube channel, Facebook, through the emails that I pop in every once in a while to make sure you guys get that information. So we're actually going to start off with some questions so you guys can get to know us. We just want to have a little fun.
Sure.
So Marcia, how did Bookworm Investment Club got started? And let's go way before you met me.
Ooh. Okay. So, hi everybody. I'm Dr. Marcia, creator of Bookworm, and I am happy to be here with my friend Nakia. Bookworm was started uh, on purely selfish reasons.
Honesty.
Um, I did not want to invest by myself, and so I decided that I was going to. Uh, Grab a couple of my girlfriends and say, come on over to my house and I'm going to teach you how to invest in the stock market. And they took me up on that offer. And so uh, that happened about maybe 3 years ago. And we started meeting at my home on Sunday afternoons. Um, and this was in the late fall, early winter, about in November.
In November,
And
yeah.
going great. And they were learning, I was teaching, and then came winter. And I'm in Chicago. And winter in Chicago, you stay inside if you don't have to go outside. And because of that, the Sunday afternoon meetings kind of dwindled down. And so one of them said, Marcia, why don't you see if you can put this, all of the things you're teaching us in a program and put it online. And that way we don't have to come to your house. We can learn about this and you can teach us online. Ding. And so I got to work in outlining a program to put online, and I did not know how to get it online. And so that's where you came in. So there's the history here with Nakia and myself.
Mhm.
And I'm going to tell it anyway. We're
So,
both pole dance sisters.
yes, we're pole dance sisters.
So we go a long way
Okay.
back, and I've followed her on her career with beauty and fitness and pole dance, and I knew that she was good at what she did when it came to showing up on social media, of which I had no idea. And so I contacted her. I said, "Listen, I've got this idea about building a program." And then we got together and we started talking. I was coming up to Detroit. You were coming down to Chicago. We were making slides and videos, and
The rest is
the
history.
rest is history. And you've been a part of Bookworm ever since then.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. For those who did not know, because I don't share it, I know I didn't share it very often on my social platform. An educator. I was an educator in fashion design, apparel and textile design, and manufacturing, which I still do some aspects of it. But what Dr. Marcia is saying, and I'm going to keep saying doctor, because you guys got to remember she's doctor. But I didn't share that. I also teach graphic design, digital media, web design, social media marketing, how to teach, how to be an educator, and actually building curriculums. I built curriculums for specific schools, even the schools that I worked for, College for Creative Studies, International Academy of Design and Technology, Brown University. There was quite a few back then when online, I think online school was not that popular.
Mm-hmm.
Then people didn't want to take online classes in college and universities. They didn't want to, but I knew how to develop them because they were bringing them into the light. And lo and behold, I say, hey, I can take this skill and help people build curriculums. I mean, I was doing it for myself, but um, Marcia was like a godsend because she taught me some things I had no awareness of. So when I say she taught me some things I had no awareness of, it was really about investing. You,
Yes.
yes, you hear about it, but you didn't really know, you know, as women, sometimes we just don't know. We always think that it's a man's thing. And I'm just speaking from personal experience that men do the investing. You think Wall Street, you think all of that is something men do. You don't think about women doing it. So her bringing Bookworm into the picture, this is a good question. How do women learn about the stock market from Bookworm? This is you, Marcia.
Right. Well, we have you and I work together to put together this program.
Mm-hmm.
And the program is online and it's called the Stock Starter Course. You named it. And with that course, I serve as the coach, the mentor, and we take women through this, especially beginners, because most of our women are beginners,
Mm-hmm.
and we walk through bit by bit, step by step, the process of learning how to invest in the stock market from the absolute beginning. And I'm there to coach you, to teach you, to let you know, to guide you, to give you advice, and to walk you through this process, because it's more than just learning initially how to invest. We want you to be able to, as you are building your portfolio, is to be able to manage it. And by that, I mean to be able to accumulate those shares. You know, you're buying stocks and then you want to accumulate the shares and get to a point that if you need to sell some, know when to sell it, how to sell it. And so we take you from being a beginner investor all the way to be able to manage your own personal portfolio. And so once the program is done, we continue to work with you through our investment club.
Yeah. How is it different from any other club? How is, because when we hear the word in club, we think it's a pool of us putting all our money in and we're like invest. It's a big difference of how Bookworm is.
It's different. And I've been a member of a number of investment clubs, and the way they work is people get together and we put together it's a partnership or an LLC. You decide that you're going to pay dues and you pool your money into this pot and you buy stocks. You come together, you learn how to invest, and you buy stocks.
Mhm.
Bookworm is a little bit different in that we don't want you pooling your money into any type of
Right.
stock. We want you pooling your money into your own brokerage account,
Mhm.
and buying stocks and building your own personal stock portfolio. So that's the biggest difference.
So
Is
we talk a lot about profitability or profitable stock portfolios.
mhm.
What does that mean? You as an investor coach, as an investor educator, what does that mean? Profitable.
Okay, so that's the big reason why we are investing, is to build a portfolio that is, quote, profitable.
Mhm.
And so when we talk about having a profitable portfolio, we have a benchmark that we use, and that is the S&P 500. Um, and so when we talk about the stock market, we at Bookworm mean, okay, we're looking at the S&P 500. And so every year, when you're investing, if you decide to invest and say I'm going to invest in the S&P 500, every year you want to know, okay, so I put money in, what is the return?
Mhm.
What is the return on the money that I put into this investment?
That's right.
And so every year they're able to say, if you invested in the S&P 500, this is the return. This past year in 2020, if you would invested, just if you put in like $1,000 into the S&P 500 in a fund and didn't put any more money in to let it go into December 31st, you'll have increased that $1,000.
Mhm.
And every year they'll tell you this is the return.
Mhm.
Our goal as we build our portfolio is to beat the return of the S&P 500. So if the S&P 500 return was 15% return, we want to beat that with our portfolio. We want to be able to say, okay, the return on our portfolio was 20% return, 25, 30, 50% return on our portfolio. So that's what we mean when we talk about building a profitable stock portfolio.
Yes. Now, can you have more than one? Like
Oh,
when we say profitable, can you have more than one profitable stock portfolio?
you certainly can. Um, I can use myself as an example. I have more than one stock portfolio, and there is a reason behind that. Um, when we talk about investing, we want to know the type of investor that we are, and that can change over time. Um, I'm an aggressive investor.
Me as well. Might have a lot to do with you.
I have always been an aggressive investor. Most of my stocks in my portfolio are technology stocks.
Mhm.
That's changing. I still have that, and I will always have that portfolio and build on that portfolio because I mean technology is always going to be there. But now I want to get a little bit more conservative.
Oh, wow.
So I'm moving towards away from that. And so because I'm working on becoming a little bit more conservative and looking at companies that are more conservative, I don't want to mix that
Okay, that
with
makes sense.
my technology.
Technology stuff. Okay.
Right. So I'm building another portfolio that will be more conservative than that. So I'm separating. Now,
Separating.
I will still have that other portfolio, and I may say there could be a tech stock that I'm interested in. I will put that in the tech portfolio. And so I'm keeping them separate. And
Oh,
so,
you
yes, you can have more than one portfolio because the type of investor that you are now may not be the same type of investor you are year or two later.
that makes sense. And I do. I have more than one. I have more than one stock portfolio too, and they all are meant for different things.
And that's enough.
Yeah,
Yes.
meant for different. But how would you describe a typical like bookworm investor though? Like, how would you describe?
Female, number one.
That's number. Yes,
They're
we cater
all
to women.
female. They're beginners. The age range is very broad, from 30 until she's in her late 60s.
Mm.
So, but they're all, yeah, three things: females. Uh,
Really broad age range because women,
yeah.
there's typically investing, some of them younger, but around that 30 to mid 60s.
Mhm.
That's more realistic. Yeah.
And they are also long-term investors.
Hmm.
So we at Bookworm we want to buy quality stocks and we want to hold those stocks as long as they're making us money. And so we're not traders,
No, but we can be.
but we don't teach trading. So
Right.
we're mainly into buying good companies and holding those companies. So they are all long-term investors with Bookworm.
Right.
Mhm.
Yes, long-term investors.
Yeah.
So, do we invest only in stocks? Because I know sometimes you hear other like REITs, you hear ETFs.
Yes.
Yeah, like, do we just only focus on stocks? In other words, companies,
Yes. Individual companies.
individual companies, right?
We haven't really, well, because there's a certain way that we analyze stocks.
Mhm.
And I'm not sure that it's the same way that you would analyze an ETF. And so my comfort zone with Bookworm is to invest in individual stocks. Now that eventually they will also include REITs, real estate investment trust.
Yeah, I have a quite
That's
one portfolio. Yeah.
that's something that we will get into maybe later on this year, but right now the focus is on teaching about dividend growth stocks.
Hmm.
And I hate to say this about myself, but I need to be transparent. In my investing career, I really did not know there was a such thing as a dividend growth stock
Wow.
because of my aggressiveness when it comes to investing. I tried investing in dividend stocks. Oh God, it was so boring. I couldn't.
Boring.
I just couldn't do it. There was no thrill to it, and so. But once I started learning that there was a such thing as a dividend growth stock, I mean, really, because the difference, I only knew about dividend stocks.
Yeah.
I put
Okay.
everything into a dividend stock,
Hmm.
but there is a dividend growth stock also where the dividend continues to grow as well as price continues to grow. So you got two things going on at one time: growth with dividend and growth with a good company. Put those two together,
Yeah.
and so that's why it's a little bit more. I'm finding as I study it more and started to bring it out, it's a little bit more intense, and maybe that is why. Um, well, I don't know. There's a lot more to
Yeah.
investing in dividend growth stocks than it is with regular stocks, because dividends, there are other things you have to look at besides just, is that price growing?
Right.
And that's what we look at with growth stocks. I like that, to see that price going up.
And like it's still you still have to do stock analysis though.
You
And
still,
she's good with stock analysis. We send out an email like every week of she kind of goes through, like last year we did the stock versus stock. So
yes,
kind of like we gave you some basic information that kind of helps you decide, is this a stock you want to buy? You'll look at the price, the earnings, the it was a lot, the dividends, if it had
price,
it or not,
yes.
everything. So if you guys are not signed up to her email list, you might want to go to bookworminvestmentclub.com and sign up. There's a free ebook on just understanding the basics of how investing works. It's so simple, and she takes you through it in a way where you understand it as shopping, because that's something women enjoy doing. We like shopping. But yeah, like investing is not hard, but analyzing stocks, I don't
And,
hear that talked about a lot. And that's just
and
something yeah,
right, and
Marcia.
that's key with Bookworm.
Mhm.
Hence the name Bookworm. We we study stocks,
Stocks.
so it's not for everybody, but we like to analyze the stock, and that's key because, as I stated before, the key to building a profitable stock portfolio is to buy good quality stocks. If you want to buy good quality stocks, you have to be able to analyze the stocks before you buy them.
Buy them. If you don't know
Period.
what's going on with the company, how can you find, or why would you invest in something you don't know what you're getting, what's coming out of it, how is it growing, like is it really making you money, is it going to make you money long term? But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that yeah, those are some good questions. I was reading over here. Do you see yourself open to other types of investing,
What does that mean?
like besides just long-term investing? I know
Oh,
we're
short,
shifting, but
yeah.
short term, are you thinking about short term, or
Well,
you
not teaching it, but I am also a trader.
Mhm.
So I do trade stocks. I do day trade. I do swing trades. But and this is just recently, I just started learning about a year and a half ago. So I'm also a trader. What I am really happy that I have started off my investing career investing, because that helps me
Does
when it comes to trading
trading,
too.
because you still have to do the research.
You do, even though trading is much more, is just focus on the price
Right.
movement and buying on the price movement. But what I have found with trading, it also helps me with my investing, because I know exactly when to buy a stock to be able to, for the long term.
Mm-hmm.
So they both are interacting together. And other than investing, the only other thing I do is trading. So,
Awesome.
mhm,
Yeah, well, we got some great plans for this year. We
mhm,
were sharing not stock versus stock now. Now we're sharing it's three types of dividend growth stocks.
mhm.
So let me make sure I remember: aristocrat, contender, and what's the third one?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you how to remember it.
Okay,
The three C's. First, you start off with a dividend king,
king. Okay, king,
and then the aristocrat,
and then the contender.
and then the champions,
Oh, the champions. And
contenders, and challenges. Now, what Nakia is referring to is, when we talk about learning about dividend growth stocks, the big difference between a dividend growth stock and just a regular dividend, a company that gives you dividend, is that a dividend growth stock increases their dividend every year. And there are some companies out there that have increased their dividends for 50 plus years.
wow.
So when we were talking about the kings, aristocrats, the champions, it depends on the number of years that they have increased
Okay.
their dividends.
The Kings are like what, 10 years, about
No, 50 years, 50
50.
plus years.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I can see that for a major big.
There are not too many of them. I think at this point, you know what? I'm not even going to guess. But there are not a lot of stocks that have that made that distinction, that they have increased their dividends for the last 50 years.
50 years.
Then you go to the aristocrats, which have increased their dividends from 24 uh, to 49 years. So it depends on how long you've been increasing your dividends, how you get named.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's a lot of information, but it's really cool.
Yeah, I
And
wonder
I'm
how
learning a
you've
lot. And
already
I'm ready
started.
to teach about investing in dividend growth stocks this year.
Year. Yeah, she's already been doing it. It's all over YouTube. She's been constantly talking about what the different types, because I'm learning as well. And I'm able to pull the information into, perspective for beginners, because Marcia is way more advanced at this than it.
Learning.
Yeah,
You
but
are learning. In fact, you. Now,
yeah.
we're talking about me.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you
Okay.
as an investor now, okay? So you started this journey, what, a couple of years ago, because you were not an investor at all
Mm-mm.
until
I
we
did. I
started
was.
working together. So how has that changed you as a person and as an entrepreneur?
Well, I'll say that because it's changed me two different ways. So, as a person, it made me start to pay more attention to my financial literacy. That's
Mm,
one, because it's a shift from buying clothes, buying jewelry, buying cars, buying things, as opposed to investing in companies. I know my biggest thing was I wanted to be an investor, but my approach to investing was more so taking the talents and resources that I have and investing it into others, which is why I work with, with
mhm.
Marcia. But you make money when you invest your talents. Like if you have a talent, you make money. So you know how to make it. But this was a point where I was learning, okay, I make it, I know how to make it. How do I make it grow faster? You know,
Yeah.
how do I make it grow, period? So when I met Marcia, we met way before then, but when she came to me with, looking into Bookworm and teaching women online and making this a course, I was newly separated. I told her that I went and sold my wedding ring, and I used that money to open my brokerage account.
Yeah, I
So
remember.
that's how that helped me personally.
Mhm.
Now, as an entrepreneur, building now is helping me. Like I not only know how to invest in people with my resources and talents, but I also can invest in people with money from stock portfolios. So I've built some stock portfolios purposely to fund other, ventures or business deals or contracts or things like that. So
Okay.
if like there's a share in the cost of what we're doing, I've been able to like build portfolios and kind of work with that. But that's how it's pretty much more so changed me as a person and as an entrepreneur. Definitely being more financial literacy. Yeah, because net worth was the first thing you taught me. Like if you don't know where your starting point is, how you gonna know where you're gonna go? How you gonna know the rule, understand the rule of 72 and how to build a profitable portfolio if you don't know where you stand now?
And
So
that's so key.
that that was key for me, and I was excited when I learned that, and that helped me learn how to really analyze companies and individual stocks and buy ones, even the ones that you like. Hey, did you take a look at? You don't tell me to buy them, you say, did you take a
No.
look at? She don't tell us.
Right.
Yes,
And there's a
disclaimer.
reason behind that.
Right.
I will tell you this. Every time I talk to you about stocks, I have to put this disclaimer up. Look, I don't have those initials behind my name. I have an MD, but I'm not a certified planner or an analyst. I'm nothing like that. I don't have any degrees in finance, so I cannot tell you to invest in this particular stock. I can tell you what I do,
Mhm.
but yeah, that
Yeah, just like,
can't
did you
do
take a
that.
look at it? Look at it and
But I
see.
can still teach you how to do it, and
Mhm.
teach you how to make the decision,
Mhm.
and teach you how to buy, and teach you how to sell, and teach you how to manage. That I can do, and
Mhm.
that I will do. I take great joy in teaching investing, because I think it's something that women need to learn how to do.
Mhm. It's
Yeah,
never too late either.
it is absolutely never too late. As I said, I have uh, one student who's in her 60s, and she's just giddy about the whole thing. But yeah, I enjoy this, and now I do it full time because of the fact that, and I don't know if many of you have heard me tell the story, but last year I got laid off work.
Early retirement.
I did, and it was because of COVID.
Yep.
Um, and of course, it was a shock to me because I really wasn't ready to not work. Um, but yeah, I did. And I am now living off my portfolio. That's
Yeah.
all. I mean, that's where my income is coming from, is my portfolio. So I know investing works. I know that you can definitely make money investing in the stock market. So, and I'm living proof of it. So,
You definitely. I'm trying to be like you, Marcia. If you guys have any questions, we'd love to answer them. I don't know if you have any more questions for me, Marcia.
no, I think,
Awesome.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
And there's like a slight lag. So I know we're talking about investing and you guys see us in slightly different backgrounds behind us. But this is one of my businesses. So when she says as an entrepreneur and in investing, um, I do believe that if you are don't have a home-based business, and this is another reason why Marcia has gotten so far, because she had already started before, she got let go, so to
Yeah.
speak, so to say. She already had started. So having a home-based business is important for your financial health, your financial literacy. And not only that, don't just have a business and not learn to take that money and invest it into the stock market. I mean,
Mhm.
there's plenty of people who are doing it. It's just here at Bookworm, our focus is on helping women, because it's not a lot of, I don't think it's a lot of, I will say, mature women teaching about
Mhm.
investing. I'm kind of mid-age. I know there's younger people who talk about investing. I'm into Robinhood, into fintech is what they call it, financial technology and all of that stuff. I'm into Robinhood and Stash, and I do use those. Those aren't what Marcia uses. We got what TD
I
Ameritrade.
do the boss lady accounts. That's
You
right.
do the boss lady, like the big lady. Like I have TD Ameritrade, and I love that the most, and that's the one I use really with my business.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
And
I
you know what? I do have to say this. I am not new to investing. I have been investing in the stock market for the last 27 years. So it's nothing that it's not something that I just started doing. Um, I started back in the 90s. So the things that I have learned, a lot has been by trial and error,
Mhm.
because I've learned it by myself. So yeah, I've been in this game for a while. I would definitely call myself a veteran. Even though I don't have the initials behind my name, I do have the work put in.
The work put in, definitely. And there's quite a few students that are living proof to how well Marcia actually teaches this. I'm one of them, and I've only been investing for since I met the 3 or 4 years now.
Mhm, mhm,
And the increase in my net worth, the ability to understand how to manage my portfolios,
mhm.
because at first it was like, he's like, focus on one, but then
Yeah.
the aggressive person, like, I can't. My coach, my mentor is an aggressive, investor, so I'm going to be aggressive, and I've tried different ways to create accounts, like a portfolio that's really for emergencies. So I fund that every month, and I buy stock every month, and I let that become my emergency fund if I need to go into it. So it has several different purposes. But yeah, Dr. Marshall's courses, I mean, I know I may have named one of them, but all of it is her. All of it is her, and it's just good. We don't see a lot of people talking about investing, especially Black women, and I'm just going
Mhm.
to say it is what it is. It's not a lot of Black women talking about investing, and some of us are afraid. I mean, yeah, some of us
Because
are.
it's a lot of material out there,
Mhm.
and it can be overwhelming, and I understand that. But my approach is to just take it one step at a time. Don't try to do too much,
Mhm.
just a little bit at a time. And if you keep doing just a little bit at a time, eventually you will master investing in the stock market. You will master building your own personal stock portfolio. You will master a profitable stock portfolio. And I'll be with you, guiding you through that, down that path.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
I think this is great. We wanted to share and let everybody
Great. And I'm going to tell you one thing, pretty soon, Miss Nakia is going to be teaching too. That's my goal. To
Yes,
have her
that's the
teaching
goal.
also.
I'm good at taking very complicated concepts and simplifying it and dumbing it down, because usually that's kind of how I'm trying to learn it. Like if I was a 3-year-old, how would I understand this? and then how would I communicate it, because I've taught from the youngest to my old, I think my oldest student was in her 80s. Like that. So I've taught, so I understand the how the learning is actually no much different from someone young, young adult, mid age, and much more mature. Like I get it, like how it works. Like if we say it this way, they'll all understand. So yeah, I'm so excited. I'm
I have my
so
timeline.
she pulling me in.
I'm
But
pulling you in, girl.
yes. If you guys got questions, we would love to answer any of them. We're going to try and do this at least once a month. But we have something coming up in February.
Yes, we do have a workshop coming up
In
in
February.
February too. It's going to be specifically talking about investing in dividend growth stocks and how we can um, it's how we can do that. How can we can get started investing in these dividend growth stocks and make some money? Shoot,
Mhm.
that's what it's all about.
So if you guys see me doing different things, so I'm her tech lady too.
Yeah, because this doing the split screen and being on Facebook Live, I have Nakia here.
She's awesome on camera. Period. Period. But it's a process doing lives, guys. This is not easy. So, to do lives, and technology is big now. So we all are still learning the different ropes. But I just posted within the Facebook um, comments. I've given a link to the Dividend Growth Stock Workshop. You can pre-register for it. It starts February 9th and 10th. And then Thursday, which is the 11th, that is the investment club.
Hmm.
So the investment club, guys, and I'm saying the reason why it's different is, like she said, you're putting your money into your own stock portfolio. Her job or her goal is really to help you manage, build. So it's kind of more like a coaching club.
Hmm.
She's a consultant, so she can consult you, she can guide you through it.
Yeah.
So it's more so like a, right, Marsha, I'm saying it right. It's
Mhm.
more so like a
We
coaching.
spend 2 hours. The first hour we spend talking about our portfolios
Hmm.
and different stocks that we want to put in our portfolios. And the second hour, we actually do stock analysis. Stock analysis is a part of um, every meeting that we have because I think it's important. Once you get that, in your belt as far as knowing how to analyze a stock, you're pretty much there. And of course,
Yeah.
there are a question. We have question and answer sessions. So it's 2 hours once a month. We meet every second Thursday from 7 to 9 Central Standard Time.
Hmm.
So
A couple of
yeah.
hours. And not
Mhm.
only that, we have the club has the group me. We have a group me. We use the group me app to
Yes.
meet up. So if we're not meeting up during all the rest of the month, like Marsha's like sharing stuff. Like, did you know about earning seasons? She shares about stocks that she's noticing, like what's happening. Like she's really good at, providing more in between that time.
Correct.
So, and it's kind of like a tech service. If you're familiar with GroupMe, I know some people who probably watch me are part of my listen community. Marcia is a part of the listen community. So some of you are here probably noticed that we posted within that group. But her group for this club and coaching, she continues to coach you outside of that, 2 hours. Yeah, outside of that meeting. You posted something today that was, I'm not telling y'all because y'all got to be in the club. But she posted something today and I was on it. Like, let me look at what she talking about. This some stocks was going down. So she said, you
Mhm.
better look, pay attention. You don't know if something that you've been eyeing is at your buying comfort. I guess that's the best word I could say it. Like, are you comfortable with this price? Because the goal with Bookworm is to buy low, sell high.
Right. And yeah, and what we're doing also in the community is we're actually building our own stock watch list. So after we analyze the stock and we say, okay, good to go, that stock goes on our watch list. So anyone that comes into the community can say, okay, what stocks have you guys already analyzed? Okay, well, here's our watch list.
Yeah. We also talk about, individual stocks and individual companies. Marsha's helped me see words differently because, you hear stocks and you hear the word stock portfolio. And at the end of the day, you're really investing in businesses. You're investing in companies.
You're owning. You're owning.
You're an owner of a company. So
Mhm.
when someone says they're an entrepreneur and you're like, well, what do you do? I'm an investor. Well, how is that not? Well, you're investing in different companies. You're part owner of a particular company, but she shares like so much within that group. Like, there's no way you can miss it. Like, the emails when for this year is the dividend growth stocks.
Mhm.
So that's a good way for you guys to build your watch list too, because she's really just kind of giving you something to think about, to look at, to do your own research. And you can put those companies in your watch list because that's what I do. She didn't know, but yeah, as soon as I see them and she talks about the earnings and everything, I'll cross reference it for myself,
Mhm.
and then I put it in my watch list if I'm looking to buy that company. But right now, since the focus is on dividend growth stocks,
That's what
you
we're
better
going to
be on
be
the
doing.
email list. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. So you better be on the email list because she sends them every week. So it's a new company every week. Yeah.
Every week.
Yep,
Hmm.
every week.
Hmm.
The blog on the website every week. She posts things because we're kind of talking about how we're going to help as much as we possibly can. So, like, content is important. So, when we're sharing this stuff, we're not sharing it for just our health, we're sharing it to help you. And then it's a way to explain, or I don't want to say a way to explain, but it's the way to show you that you can get started, even
Hmm.
with just the information that she provides through her blogs and the emails. It's,
And YouTube channel.
yep, her
Just
YouTube channel where she's
started
really,
becoming more active on YouTube. So I do have my own channel now. So we're posting a little bit more on YouTube. Thank you, Nakia.
it's like, Talk, you gotta get on YouTube. This is where they'll find us. But yeah, so our goal is to help as many women as we possibly can start building their own profitable stock portfolios. I know that sounds so salesy, but that's what it
That's
is.
what we do.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah.
So I don't think anyone has any questions. If you do, I know it's lagged, but I already put links within the comments for the membership to the Bookworm Investment Club, where
Mhm.
she's coaching you, and the Dividend Growth Stocks Workshop. That's $97 for that. It's a 2-day workshop. It's
Mhm.
going to be amazing because she's already shared with me, and I can't tell y'all something. She's like, don't tell nobody.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of information. Hopefully not overwhelming people, but I mean, if you're going to do it right.
hmm And you could get started as soon as possible
Yep.
because it's a new year. 2020 is gone. Let's leave it there and start somewhere else.
Wait, but you have to say this stock wise or stock market wise. 2020 was good.
Yeah, the return, or the return on investment, like the percentage
Mhm.
that oh, yeah,
Yeah,
and
tech
it's
was
still
hot
going.
in 2020.
Yeah, it was hot in 2020, and it's still going. Like, one of my portfolios is like increasing so fast because of the January. Wait, what do you call it? The boom Santa effect. What is it? The
Oh,
Santa
the
Claus.
January effect,
Yeah,
Santa Claus
where
rally.
The Santa Claus rally.
and
Like
the
I
January
had quite a
event.
yeah,
Yeah.
where they just blew up, and I was like,
Mhm.
good. Let's find some more, or
Yeah.
just keep building with the ones that are already there if they're good companies. Because
Yes.
you still have to do stock analysis. I
You
guess in
still
my
have,
opinion,
you still
this is
have to
I'm learning
study.
from
Yeah.
Marcia. So
Yeah.
if you're learning how to swing trade, or if you're interested in swing trading, don't count us out, because you need some of the information, a lot of it that Marcia has taught.
You do long-term
You
investing
have to do.
too.
You got to know
Exactly.
long-term investing before you do short-term, because
Yeah.
short-term is volatile and is scary. And just like in the stock market, we tell people you could possibly lose money. So
Oh yes. Even as a long-term investor,
yeah,
but not like you're doing when you're trading.
trading, right? So if you want to be a good trader, first learn long-term investing. And that's it. I see some thumbs ups and hearts who heard that. But yeah, I do. I agree with that. Like I've always been interested in short and day trading,
Trading. Mm-hmm.
because of the excitement of it. But
Yes.
yeah,
That excitement goes two ways though.
yeah. So thank you, Marcia, for reeling me back in. Like, wait a minute, come on, let's do this one
You could go like this
Yeah.
in 5 seconds.
And that's funny because you took it and ran with it with the short-term investing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because she already has the years of experience in long-term investing.
Mhm.
So I think that's why she's so successful with it. So all right, guys. Well, we didn't want to take up too much of your time. It's almost 8 o'clock, so some of us are probably getting ready to go to bed. This is past most of us our bedtime.
You know,
And where you are.
I get ready early too because I
Early.
get up early.
You get up early. I'm not an early bird. The earliest I'll get up is about 7:30.
Oh, man, I'm up and on my treadmill and had my breakfast because the market opens at 8:30. So Central Standard Time. So
Okay.
I'm sitting right here when the market opens.
I
So,
see.
like I said, this is my job now, managing my portfolios.
I like so Nichelle. Hi, Nichelle. I didn't get your question. Where'd it go? She said I asked a question above.
Oh,
I missed it. I I got a good evening. Michelle probably laughing at me right now.
I don't see any.
Yeah, I know you probably can't see them. I have them like popped up.
Okay. But anyway, be sure and go to Bookworm Investment Club and get on our email list so that you can get our emails that we send out, which will include the blogs
Mhm.
that we do weekly and information about dividend growth stocks. I actually look at individual stocks and I send out information about that. And yeah.
Mm. Okay, so a really good question. What's a good amount of money to start with when investing? That's a good question because people
Well,
don't know.
that, that it's really an individual thing because you know how much you can afford to invest. And the good thing now is I know some stocks are very expensive monetarily, but it's
Mhm.
we have at a point now where you can buy partial or fractional
Yeah,
shares of stock.
fraction
You
cheap.
can say I want to spend $20 and buy $20 worth of a stock.
Mhm.
You can buy $50 worth of a stock. That is available to you depending on the type of broker that you have.
Yeah.
But that's it's very individual.
Mhm.
um, and it's something that when you figure out your budget.
Net worth. Let's go
And
ask
that,
all
that
these questions.
yep, you figure out how much you can afford to put into your brokerage account every month to buy stocks, because once you do that, you want to be consistent in doing that, so that you're building money into your account to buy these stocks.
Consistency. I know that people are always wondering, like, you need to have thousands and thousands of dollars to
Don't.
invest. There are some good companies out there that are about $10, $20, $19. They're out there. It's
Mhm.
just, she's right. It's a personal choice, but just getting started, $10 is okay to get started. Just get
Don't let
started.
that scare you.
Yeah.
Don't let that put you off from investing, thinking I don't have enough money to. You do.
When
Like
you
I said, you can do $20 and buy $20 worth of Amazon.
mhm, and just keep doing that until you got a whole share.
you, well, yeah.
But eventually it'll increase, because once you see the profitability, you see the numbers, you see
Things
how to
growing.
manage, like Marcia pulls you through it, like really look at what's going on in your portfolio, balancing it. There's a calendar that's out there where every month she's telling you exactly what you need to be doing each month so that you can grow a profitable stock portfolio. That's also on her website too. So if you want to find that calendar, it's there. But it's a good calendar because this month was about net worth.
Mhm.
Um, so you had to calculate all of that. You had to pull all of your earnings and like all your paperwork and stuff together and see what was going on, so you can rebalance, manage, buy more, and continue from there.
And one thing that I encourage all of you all to do this month is to calculate your net worth. Find out how much you are worth when it comes to your finances.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting your tax stuff ready anyway. So sit
Yeah.
down, take some time out, figure out your net worth, figure out where you are.
Mm-hmm.
And then this time next year,
You'll
you
see.
can see how much wealthier you are by figuring out your net worth again. So it's not a one time thing. You track it every year.
Yes. So
Yes.
full disclosure, my Robinhood account. So if you want to know, like getting started, um, I started Robinhood with a free stock because I signed up under Mario. He got a Robinhood account because he does forex, so he does
Oh.
foreign exchange trading. He does that stuff. That's his favorite thing. But he likes doing stocks a lot too, and he had me sign up for Robinhood, and I only invested $10 a month into Robinhood because I was afraid of Robinhood because it didn't have customer service. It's not like TD Ameritrade. TD Ameritrade is the best. That it's not like TD Ameritrade. Is the customer service and things was still building at that time. But that's what I did. And the first stock that I bought and started investing in was Ford, because I had a Ford, yeah, Ford Fiesta at the time. So I kept
Mhm,
buying that, and then I would share my link. That's how that portfolio grew. But
mhm.
and then I started investing more, like $100 a month, $200 a month, and it grew pretty fast because I increased what I was putting into it, because I figured out how to balance my financial life, you know, for investing. So knowing how to make the money is not enough. You got to know how to make your money grow. That's wealth.
Keep that forward stock.
Oh yeah, I have. Well, should I tell how many I have?
Nope, you don't have to, but I'm just telling you, it's called
I hold it.
electric vehicles.
Yeah, yeah. All right, guys. I
That's
think
my tip.
we're gonna let it go. Yeah, because that was the first one I just kept investing in it, and at that time it was around I think it was a little bit lower, that around $6 or something. It was low.
Mhm.
Like, I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna just keep
Keep
feeding into
learning.
that one stock, and then I had six others, and some were coming in because they were free stocks when you share. So if you guys don't have Robinhood, you can try it,
Mhm.
but I really suggest you guys get with us and let us help you get through the Robinhood stocks and how that thing works. So I'll help with that. But Most of that will be coming from Marcia on how to actually do the investing and managing. All right, guys. We love you as always. We will be back. We will see you again next month because this is the last. Is this the last week of January?
It's the 27th.
Yeah, it's pretty much the last week. God, this
Yeah.
year going fast.
And thank you, Nikia.
It was time to go to bed now. Love you guys. Please enjoy the rest of your evening. And we hope to see you in the workshop that's happening February 9th and 10th, and in the investment club. The links are there below. And the replays will be on all YouTube videos.
Yes.
Bookworm, Minds as well. And you'll see it throughout social platforms as we're trying to bring more awareness and get more women to start building their wealth. So
Yes.
enjoy the rest of your evening, guys.
Bye
Bye.
now.